something maybe a little bit controversial to talk about. So stay tuned for the entire episode.
Stay tuned.
We're doing a holiday guide or a gift guide.
So we tried to pick things at different price ranges, different aptitudes, different things that you would want. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is our Longevity RX stem cell protein.
This is for the beauty lover. I'm talking about a red light face mask.
For the non-toxic scent lover, it is Vireo, the perfume cologne.
If you know someone who struggles with mental health, it's a vagal nerve stimulator. It's a device that you wear. It's called the Apollo Neuro. You guys have heard us talk about it.
Oh, my last one that I think is a really cool, interesting stocking stuffer for kids, but for anybody is...
What's up? Welcome to the Art of Being Well, everybody. About twice a month, we have entire exciting episodes devoted to your burning health questions. They're the Ask Me Anything episodes, or we shorten it to AMAs.
Yeah.
And so submit all your questions, guys. It can be as spicy as you want to get.
Oh boy.
It can be about your own health, like hot take on something, and you want to know, you want to debate us.
We like it extra spicy here.
You two
like,
do.
give me acid reflux.
Oh my gosh.
All the nightshades.
So dramatic.
We want a high nightshade alkaloid concentration here. So but I wanted, before we get into it, I kind of jumped around here, but on these Ask Me Anything episodes, we have a giveaway for everybody that listens to the podcast. For a chance to win, head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate and review The Art of Being Well. You can leave your Instagram handle in the Apple Podcast review itself, or take a screenshot and message us at The Art of Being Well _ on Instagram. And either way, some people don't want to leave their Instagram handle on Apple Podcast. I don't think that's a problem, but for some people, they want to message us, which is fine. Mm-hmm. We read all the messages, all the Apple Podcast reviews on Instagram. Thank you guys for the kind words. It really gets our message out there, and makes health tools accessible for people, and I really appreciate it. So what are you going to win? What can you win if we reach out to you? You can win a free telehealth consult with the team. You can win a free signed book, either the Inflammation Spectrum, Ketotarian, Intuitive Fasting, or Gut Feelings, or a supplement protocol stack that we have, either the Art of Being Well supplement line or something from Longevity RX, which you can check out all of that stuff at drwilcol.com and pick out what you want. So good luck, guys. Just leave a review, and may the force be with you.
Oh boy.
I don't even like Star Wars. Why did I say that?
Yeah, I'm confused.
I do. So it's okay.
I can't say. I don't dislike it, but I'm not like a fan. I'm like a super fan.
You're indifferent.
Yeah, I like Mandalorian. I watch Mandalorian with my son.
So you are a fan.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you. I know how deep the fandom goes, and they could tell you every little planet and people. That's not gonna be me. No, but that is you. You're welcome here.
Yeah.
Come one, come all.
Ask your question on the Ask Me Anything.
Yeah. So to do that, thank you, Andrea. You have to submit your question. You have to go to speakpipe.com/Dr. Will Cole. Again, that's speakpipe.com/Dr. Will Cole. And you basically leave a voice message, and we will play your voice message with your health question on the Ask Me Anything episodes. So go there, and we'll get to as many of your questions as possible. Today's Ask Me Anything is a little bit different because we are going to do two special things that we don't have the opportunity to do on these episodes. And every year we've basically done this, right? I mean, we're doing a holiday guide or a gift guide. So even if you're listening to this episode after the holidays, it's really any birthday, anniversary, just randomly want to give a gift because you're that great of a person.
Language.
That's your love language is gifts. But we are recording this around the holidays, so it is for the wellness lover out in your life, or if it's you, nudge someone subliminally and to say,
be like, you need to be a wellness lover. That's fine too.
This is what I want. So this is going to be our gift guide. These are going to be some things that we like for different people within the wellness world.
Yeah.
So maybe we can each give one, and then we each have two. So we don't want to. And then let me just say this: after we do go over our wellness gift guide, we have something maybe a little bit controversial to talk about. So stay tuned for the entire episode.
Stay tuned.
Okay. So as Dr. Cole mentioned, we love people who love health. And anytime you are struggling to get your spouse, your significant other, your mother-in-law, whoever it might be, to get you that gift that you want, I think it's important. So we tried to pick things at different price ranges, different aptitudes, different things that you would want.
Yeah, some you may not even know they are quote unquote wellness or health or nutrition or biohacks. They're just better for you options.
Yeah. So do you want us each to do two? Do you want to do one and one?
Yeah, one. Yeah.
All right. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is my sons are.
This is for the who?
Yeah, I'm gonna. So
okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's all right if you want to tell them about it.
Who's
I'm
it
okay.
for?
No. My sons are 14 and 17, and they are really into fitness right now.
This is for the fitness lover.
This is for the fitness lover, the longevity lover, someone in your life who's looking to kind of optimize their health. Maybe they're already doing a lot. Maybe this would be a switch for something that they're currently doing. It's a little too big to be a stocking stuffer, but I think it's still within that price range of what I would consider something that a smaller gift is our Longevity RX stem cell protein.
Oh, that's a good one.
They're at the gym and they're getting those garbage protein shakes that everybody gets at the gym, and I'm like, no, that's not the real thing. That's not what we want. So with our Longevity RX stem cell protein, the reason I think it could be for the fitness lover and also for the longevity, the person in your life who's looking to just optimize their health, they're really into longevity, like they're thinking about the latter half of their years, like what do they want, is one, because it's just more than a protein. So it's not only going to help with muscle strength and recovery and healthy aging, but it also, with having all of the stem cells included in it, it's going to have support for inflammation. It's going to have support for immune system, help building muscle recovery. Like, to me, it's like an all-around product, and it tastes good.
Oh my
which
gosh.
is so important for me.
That's so important.
How many times have we had, I will not name any names because we're not here to bash anybody. We're talking about the holidays.
I just had a nasty one the other day, and I was like, why would I ever have this again?
No, it's like chalk.
Yeah.
But
So
our longevity
ruined it for me.
So the Longevity RX for me is just one of those top tier things that it's more than just your average protein powder. It's going to have other things that you can in good conscience know that you're supporting your family and friends in a meaningful way beyond just helping them get their 20 grams of protein per scoop.
Yeah, and what I also it has some healthy fats, which is rare with a protein powder. So it's very creamy, but you get these healthy fats. It has organic
organ meats,
which is really so anybody we're talking about organ meats from a nutrient density standpoint. People don't like the taste of it.
They're not going to eat it.
This is a sneaky way.
I was just gonna say this
So
is kind
I've
of a sneaky gift.
I've snuck this into my kids' food, but this is different.
Heart, kidney, liver.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And you get the bone broth protein, the marrow protein. So it's animal based, but it's chocolate or vanilla. It's really delicious.
Right.
And I do want to point out, as far as the flavors, I want transparency. I wouldn't call it a true vanilla the way that most people. It's called vanilla, but I love it.
She's very specific about that.
Sometimes she scares me when she says, "I want." Wait a minute.
She's very serious about letting the world know about this.
Because if I was going to order it, I'd want to know.
She's specific.
So just describe the vanilla. There's different types of vanilla.
There's different types of vanilla,
but it's very tasty.
This would be almost like a caramel sort of flavor to me.
Yes, you're right.
It's very. It's good. I like it a lot. I think you can have it plain. That's how much I like it. I think if you blend it with just water, or if you're someone that has milk, I think the flavor profile is really good. It's just not going to be that vanilla bean flavor you're going to think of.
It's caramely vanilla.
Yeah,
it's a caramely vanilla.
But that's my favorite thing about it is that you can have it plain. I don't love when I have a protein powder that I have to actually blend up into a smoothie, because sometimes I can do that, but not all the time. I mean, you guys know I've forgotten my lunches on many occasions, and sometimes I just have to get the protein powder out. But I think before the haters come out and be like, oh my gosh, you're getting a supplement or you're getting food for someone as a gift, it seriously is an amazing gift idea. I've gotten supplements for my brother-in-law before, for my brother who lives abroad, who he's not getting that kind of quality because he's living in places with his job that he can't always access that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great gift idea.
Yeah, and this is we're labeling each one of these gift ideas
for a specific person. My kids would look at this and be excited about it.
If this is for the fitness lover, 9 out of 10 fitness lovers is gonna
or even
like this.
Again, you're looking at your mother-in-law who's like all of a sudden super into like, she's like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that. She's using different masks on her face. She's trying to clean up her life, but she knows that she's over 50 and needs more protein in her life. Like this is a great gift.
It's true.
This is great for skin health too.
Yes, but again,
exactly. I mean, my mom would be like, "Oh my gosh, a Dr. Will Cole supplement." I mean, she's kind of obsessed with you. So you could also add in just a little selfie of Dr. Will Cole, and that actually is elevates the gift a little bit.
And if you buy a book,
shout out to Michelle Glasser.
Well, here's the thing too. If you buy a book to go along with it, we will have it personally signed by Dr. Will Cole to accompany that.
We have signed books at drwillcole.com.
And I'll throw in a selfie for you.
But that would be my thing. And then the chocolate's just a true chocolate. Again, doesn't need to be mixed with anything.
Yeah. But I would say for the longevity, this is your gift. I'm not going to co-op this. You go for it.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
The hydration.
For the longevity lover, I would say the whole Longevity RX line.
100%. I was just trying to be thoughtful for that specific fitness person, that person that wants to optimize what they're doing. There's a lot of good protein powders out there.
Collection,
There's none that have the level of intention that this one does.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay.
All right.
What is yours?
Who's this for?
Emily.
Okay. This is for the beauty lover. And you guys know I'm a little bit of a freak. I'm obsessed with skincare. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not like, I don't have a ton of credibility in here except for my wellness background, I guess, my health background.
Yes.
But I am obsessed. It's a hobby of mine.
She's a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner that wishes she was like a beauty influencer.
100%. But I am barely on Instagram, so it's never going to happen. But okay, so I'm talking about a red light face mask. Specifically, I want to touch on the sunlight one because I know you just did that interview too, and you tried that out too. So
I did. Go back and watch the video on YouTube.
Guys, we were sending each other pictures that were while Will was putting it on live. He looks like what's the robot from Star Wars, the gold one?
I don't know.
Like
it's not R2-D2.
You're not really a true fan. This really is always full circle.
Yeah, but it was so good.
To me, it was like Iron Man. Wellness Iron Man.
Iron Man would be another good one. Yeah.
Okay, but just in general, and the reason I bring sunlight up too is because you really want a high quality mask. There's so many out there, and
this is just out. It's a brand new gift.
Yes, it's brand new, but that red light therapies can help reduce inflammation. It's great for fine lines, wrinkles.
So describe it for people who didn't see the video. This is with what I was talking with Connie she's the founder of Sunlight, and that's what the episode, if you guys want to go back and listen to it and see it on YouTube. Yeah. But anyways.
So again, it's just kind of a mask that you're putting on. It's a wearable device is how I would kind of describe that.
Yes.
You're putting it on. You're not having to wear it for super long periods of time, probably around 10 minutes, somewhere around there, right? You might start slowly, work up to that. And doing it, honestly, as often as you want. The consistency is key. So wearing it at least a few days a week, I think, is going to where you're going to be seeing the best benefit of it. But honestly, so much good support for reducing inflammation. Like I said, supporting the skin, even for like I would say skin issues, acne, blemishes, anything like that. I think you're going to see a ton of great benefit for. So if you have someone who's super into skincare, even biohacking, stuff like that too, it's a great tool. And honestly, I think they're reasonably priced, right? I know some biohacking tools can definitely range, but I do think that this is a great investment and long-term investment for your skin.
I agree.
Cool. All right, are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
My first one. Mine is, I would say, for the non-toxic alternative, or for someone that likes colognes and perfumes, but is sick of using the conventional stuff.
Yeah.
Andrea and I were in a Uber. I mean, this happens every time I travel. I'm always in an Uber, and I will have an Uber with the Febreze type scent or the black ice.
Oh my gosh, I was dying.
The little trees, and within minutes makes me nauseous. I have to put the window down. I stick my head out. Andrea was
coughing. I had already had a little bit of a cold.
Synthetic scents, whether it's a car freshener, an air freshener in a home, or it is a perfume or cologne. Like we should be swapping out for safer, non-toxic, natural.
Well, your skin is your largest organ.
And your lungs are breathing in all this stuff too.
Exactly. Every day.
Yeah. When Nick and I first got married, which we're coming up on 10 years next month, he was addicted to those black ice car fresheners. Can you believe that?
That's surprising.
That's been broken. You know, we have to compromise in marriage. And
do you ever see those people that drive around and they never remove them, and it's like almost like a pile of them? I'm like, why are you doing this? Are you like proud of the fact that you spent $3 on cancer every time you bought one? I don't understand.
It so good.
That's very strong. But I would say lung irritation. I mean, they can be endocrine disruptors. It's just like a low grade irritant. Why would you do that?
No, it's just stupid.
And up to 40%, I saw a study, but it's like 40% of people have symptoms of these issues. It's like a significant swath of people.
Yeah.
And that's just noticing symptoms, let alone these sort of micro irritants. And there's so many better options. Anyways, 100%. I'm not talking about car fresheners, but we can't.
Now we should talk about them afterwards.
I mean, what I have is an essential oil diffuser in
Me
my
too.
car.
Me too.
Wow.
So here, you can do that. But that's not my gift. That's just a freebie. I'm just like a bonus. But I'm actually doing, for the non-toxic scent lover, it is Vareo, the perfume cologne. I mean, what do you call it? Because they're perfumes, but they're unisex. They're for anybody. Yeah. I don't really believe in like this fragrance. Is for men or these for fragrance. That's the word for it.
Yes.
It's for anybody. Okay, these are my favorite ones. I had Yasmin Sewell on the podcast. She's based out of London. These are some of my favorite natural fragrances. The Sixth is one of them, and each has an intention too. So the story behind these are really fun for me as like a storyteller, like a word person. For mindfulness and intuition, this is a fresh, herbaceous, uplifting green scent. The top notes are juniper berry, angelica root, gentian absolute, and wormwood, which we use some of these internally too for people. From a medicinal standpoint. The heart notes and middle notes are fennel, apple essence, pink, peppercorn, cypress, rosemary, peppermint oil, basil oil. And the base is oak wood, oak moss absolute, patchouli, balsam, cedarwood. It's one of my favorite ones. It comes in like a reddish bottle. Is it reddish? Yeah. No. This one is kind of in a silverish bottle. Not that it matters, but it's called the Sixth. The next one is called Witchy Woo. It is the top notes are Moroccan orris, the heart note, and there's other ones. Thorny rose, absolute. Heart notes is nutmeg. Base notes are frankincense, patchouli, sandalwood, carrot. It is spicy, earthy incense. And she had a reason. One of the reasons why it's called this is. What is her name? Elphaba, the actress that
Cynthia
Erivo.
Yeah,
she wore this on set while filming the Wicked movies. Mm-hmm. So that's that one. And then Mama Juju is probably my favorite out of all these. It's
Mama Juju, I love that.
It's like Mother Earth. Name. Warm, spicy, earthy, forest after rain. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it
is like top notes are nutmeg, black pepper, saffron. Again, these are things that we use internally for telehealth patients, but you can use it on your body. Heart notes is frankincense.
Love
living
frankincense.
Red clay. She actually put living red clay.
Wow.
Rum absolute. Base notes are sandalwood, vetiver, cedarwood. I love this.
I want to bathe in it.
It is exactly
what it sounds like.
The forest after rain. That's Mama Juju. I just love her intentionality behind all of this, the quality of it. They have other flavors. Don't drink this.
No, please do not. Don't ingest it.
So
other scents.
They have other scents, other fragrances, but those are the three that I have used. Yeah.
So if anybody listening to this, aka our team, if you get me for our secret Santa.
Wait, I think my red light mask is out of the price range.
I think that is out of the price range. I think this perfume's out of it too. But at the end of the day, if you love me, you could get this for me for my secret Santa.
Spelled Vyarao. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Vyarao. I was right.
Awesome.
Why did I doubt myself?
I don't know. You should never do that. You should have full confidence.
For real.
All right. I'm going to go.
What can I say? We're going to put this all in the show notes. So you can go to drwillcole.com, just go to this episode, and we'll put all the links to all these in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one that it's hard to classify this. If you know someone who struggles with mental health, such as anxiety, stress management, someone that has a very stressful job. They are a caretaker for someone, they are in college, they're in high school, really anybody that you know that could really use some support regulating their nervous system is who I would recommend this for, which is like 90% of the United States. But it's a vagal nerve stimulator. It's a device that you wear. It's called the Apollo Neuro. You guys have heard us talk about it so many times. I think this is a fantastic gift because it is one they can use every day. You can wear it for short periods of time. You could wear it all day. You can wear it on your wrist. You can wear it on clip it to your lapel of your shirt and wear it on your chest. You can wear it on your ankle. It's a fantastic device. It's going to help you get into and maintain a regulated state, can help with just general anxiety, can help with restlessness, it can help with energy. It's a beautiful device. For those that maybe aren't going to consciously sit and do breathing exercises every day or other things, that there are free vagal nerve stimulators, but this is for someone that just doesn't have the mental space or the capacity to start making that, incorporating it regularly to their day. It's a wearable device. It's easy. It looks no different than if you were going to wear like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, or it's very unobtrusive to what your day-to-day could be, and it could be for so many different people in different walks of life.
Sleep improvement. We see REM and deep sleep, heart rate variability improve. So it's supportive of the parasympathetic, and it's not working directly on, it's not like an actual transcutaneous vagal nerve stimulator, but it works on frequency, and it's supportive, and it's out of the University of Pittsburgh psychiatry department. So I have to have the founder, he's a psychiatrist, on the podcast. Shame on me for not. He's like down the road from us.
You should,
yeah. So if you're listening, you're welcome on the pod anytime you want to come on.
Reach out to marketing.
He was at Eudemonia.
Was he?
Yes.
Where was I?
I'm almost positive he was there, and I've never met him in person. But
yeah, we love it. We have one as well. I
borrowed it from Emily and give it back like a year ago.
I literally made Andrea use it, so it's possible to tell someone they need one, right? Yeah. I'm like, Andrea, you use this for a while. I've never gotten it back, but if you can't tell that she hasn't gotten it back, she hasn't gotten it back. It's sitting on my nightstand right now as we speak. But it's a great gift. So.
I do. I think it's a fantastic, easy lift, especially when you're talking to a teenager or a college kid, or even someone that you know is just like not mentally there. I mean, this is so non-controversial. Yeah. It's so easy. It doesn't require a lot of convincing. It's easy to use. It's
app-based, right?
It's app-based.
Yeah. So you download the app, and then the device links to the app.
Just like an Apple Watch. Yeah. Super easy.
Cool. All right. My next one is a little bit different because this is for the parent who is creating some stocking stuffers for their kids, but you want some better options, because it's definitely something. I have 3 little ones myself, 9, 5, and almost 2. And, I think growing up, we used to get all kinds of like chocolates and chapsticks and necessity items too. And
I'm feeling nostalgic for my stocking in this moment. Right?
The stocking is one of the low-key best gifts you can get. Did you guys always open it first or last?
First.
We were last. That was the last gift.
No,
my wife's family was last too.
Yeah.
We could open it before our parents got up. It was the one gift we were allowed to do on our own that didn't require everybody to be present.
I'd love to know in the comment section whenever you're watching this video did you do stockings first or last growing up?
I know some people that did them the night before. I even know some people who did that. That was
we always did get one gift the night before.
I know.
Nick's parents, my husband's parents, let him open his gifts whenever he wanted. He could open them on the 21st if he wanted.
Also doesn't surprise me.
So now he'll be like, do you want to open your gift all the month of December? He literally this year asked me, he's like, I got you a gift I love. Can you just open it now?
By the way, we're recording this in November. So this isn't even December.
I'm like, come on. But anyways, okay, so stocking stuffers. So these are, again, for parents, or, you could be doing it for your partner, your spouse too, right? But these are some ideas for kids, because that's always on my mind, of better things that you could do, okay? So first off, I always go with the beef sticks, because it's great snacks. You think of little snacks, things that you could fill. Chomsticks, one of my favorite things. I just stuff that in the stocking. And my kids love
blue
it.
ones.
Oh, the light blue ones? Okay,
Yeah.
no.
That's one I have.
We're definitely on the taco train or the jalapeno train. That's where I'm at in my
I
life.
like those. They don't love me back.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
The nightshades. Anyone that has
Yes.
problems with nightshades, go with the blue ones.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
the
so
blue ones
just
or
salt.
the Italian ones too, because
Oh,
those
yeah.
are nightshade free.
Okay, so the Italian ones or the blue sea
salt.
salt ones.
Yeah.
If you have nightshade
Those are
issues.
great. Yes, if you don't, then
we
the
said,
taco
we
ones.
said we spicy, but we're not actually not that spicy.
I am very spicy, but yes, okay. Then again, going to like necessity things. You brought up to me yesterday, like chapsticks, Tubes and Co. Chapsticks, they're balms, they're lotions, great for kids of all ages. So my kids love the tallow balm as well, especially my 2-year-old. I use it when she gets out of the bath. So, because she doesn't really care about what she gets. I just really give my 2-year-old, this year, I'm giving her a bunch of her favorite snacks for Christmas. So she'll get them wrapped, she'll get them under her stocking because she doesn't really need anything.
Yeah.
So these are all great things there too. The Equip protein bars. Okay,
Yes.
we're also talking about fitness for your fitness lovers. Equip protein bars.
I've never had them.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're great, especially because the berry flavor, all good, just like beef isolate protein, some berries in there, but there's no fillers, there's no gums. Really good.
Cool.
I forget
Really
what the
good.
sweetener is, but it's like it's even compliant.
I
like
think
we
it's
were
monk
like
fruit,
yeah.
maybe, or I'd have to go back and look at that. But actually, I think it might
We
just be
have-
honey.
To telehealth
yeah.
patients use it?
Yes, we
Oh, I didn't
recommend
know
this
that.
all the time.
Okay, like as a snack idea.
Yeah, like a travel snack,
Yes.
need an additional
I'm not in
support.
the snack department, but yes.
Well,
okay.
as a mom of 3 young kids, I'm definitely in the snack
No, I
department.
get it. I'm saying for telehealth patients. If they
but
ask
also
you
for
guys,
telehealth.
they don't
Oh,
ask
yeah.
me
Yeah,
about
they're
snacks.
not asking you about
No,
snacks.
they're
They're talking
not.
about their bowel movements. We're talking about
Yeah.
like what to do for lunch. Yeah.
Another one is toothpaste. Do y'all put toothpaste in your kids' stocking? Because I do. Because it's like I'm
I
just
can't
trying to
say
fill.
no.
No,
I'm trying to
I've
fill
not
some
done that.
ideas. Okay, listen. But the reason I do this is because otherwise they're going to be looking for candy and things. So I'm trying to like give some basic necessities.
Just to, like, yeah.
Right?
You
to
need this
fill that up.
anyway,
I
so
will
fill
say,
it
I
up.
always get toothbrushes and toothpaste. So
Wow, you're like a
Well,
dental
you know,
hygienist.
you know what though? I did last year. My kids asked for floss for their
Yes.
Christmas
Oh my
because I
gosh.
wanted low PFA floss.
Stop.
So I
Stop.
did do that last
My
year.
family, my kids, and my husband. And I'm trying to get on that board. I do floss, but I'm not obsessed with it. My husband flosses like 5 times a day. I'm like,
Wow.
it's very interesting to me, but
That's like excessive, but
it's a little excessive. He's obsessed, but I do get him a lot of floss, low PFA floss.
Yeah, so that
what
for-
brand? People are going to want to know. What the?
we'll have to put it in the show notes because I bought like a 250 pack.
Well,
of it.
basically, the
primal.
ones that don't slide really well because you do not want to
I'm
get
gonna
those
look
it was
easy
almost
glide.
cotton.
I'm gonna look it up.
What was
because
that?
I know the brand. It's
You
some
know what I'm
primal
talking
one.
about. Yes.
My
We'll circle back to that.
Okay, so there's anything else in this stuff?
So yes, toothpaste. I was gonna say. I know you like Fig. Fig toothpaste is a great brand as well. I think. Also, let me see. Oh, my last one that I think is a really cool, interesting stocking stuffer for kids, but for anybody is blue light blocking glasses.
Yes, I think that's great.
I did that for my kids last year, and they think they're just really cool. They think they're Tony Stark. So, again, it's a really cool idea.
And that actually works for adults too.
I like
I
raw
think it's
optics.
Raw Optics,
Optics.
Viva Rays. They both also have kids lens. Both
True
of
Dark.
those brands.
True dark. And some of these things are things we put into telehealth patient swag bags too.
They are.
Like
They are.
Toops. Go back and listen to my episode
Yeah.
with Emily Toops, Matt Maruka from Raw Optics. These guys are friends of ours, so they've been on the pod, and
Yeah.
we give them to telehealth patients.
Primal Life Organics floss.
That's
Got
it.
it.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So, anyways, and obviously you might get your kids candy too. Just get better options, right? Hue chocolate is, if I'm getting my kids any type of candy, I'm probably going to get Hue chocolate, something like that.
Who makes the sour giggles? Why is my brain blanking?
Andrew's obsessed with
I love
those
these sour
things.
giggles. I know. I can't help myself.
But they are sugary though.
They're sugary, but they're better for you. They don't have any weird food dyes
Yeah,
or
they don't
anything
have
in them.
dyes, but they're
I mean, they're
sugary.
full
Yeah.
of sugar. I didn't say they
Yeah.
were healthy. I just
Yeah.
said they were.
I mean, it's sour giggles. Just
like,
gives it away right
I'm
there.
so sorry. I'm pretty sure I've seen you eat a sour giggle or two.
Oh no, I'll down a whole box. No shame.
Yeah.
But they are better for you.
I like
They are
the
better
Smart
for you,
Sweets candies too for my kids. I don't know. Those probably have, I know they don't have any dyes or anything in them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
mine, and I'll be brief about this. Mine would be for the biohacker person that hasn't taken the leap into the cold plunge and sauna world. Again, higher end. This isn't just a low affordable option. I don't know. What's the best way of saying it?
It's a good investment.
It's a good investment in your health.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
Like
and it's a whole
insane,
family gift, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would agree with
and
that.
it would be contrast therapy. So getting a cold plunge and getting a infrared sauna. And I love the contrast of vasodilation, vasoconstriction. They both are supportive of anti-inflammation and supporting detoxification. These longevity pathways, increasing sirtuins, the guardians of your DNA, the protectors of the genome. They decrease senescent cells, these zombie cells that increase in pro-inflammatory cytokines. They increase autophagy, cellular recycling. So there's a lot of benefits from a mechanism, like anybody that's interested in health span, longevity, decreasing inflammation levels, improving mood, supporting detox pathways. I would recommend it. I love my Sunlighten. So I have you all know if you follow me on social, I have my 2-person, not 3-person, just a 2-person M-Pulse from Sunlighten. I've had it for years and I love it. And
you do love this. This is not, I don't want to interrupt you because I know you do this, but I know we talk about products a lot. Dr. Cole really does love this, and he loves the TV in it. The amount of times that he's talked
Netflix,
about the TV in there is
YouTube,
insane.
History documentaries.
Yeah.
It's my one chance.
It's not the infrared, it's the TV.
Yeah, it's just like excuse to like habit stack. I want to like Enneagram 5 the crap out of a documentary while I'm sauning.
Yeah, so I just needed to speak to the truth of it.
I do some breathwork and meditation too. I'm not like so worldly. I'm a little bit wellness too. And the contrasting with the cold plunge, and Sunlighten recently acquired, which Connie, when she was on the podcast, talked about this, acquired Ice Barrel. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Ice Barrel?
Ice Barrel.
Ice Barrel, and it's a new kind of in the Sunlighten greater family. So I love contrasting between the two of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. Well, enough about gifts, because now I have a question.
Wait. I do want to do an honorable mention.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about this because you guys have you've been calling me an incubated chicken the last few days. And I just wanted to do an honorable mention for Sauna Space and their individual light that they have. Because I was thinking, if you have someone who is really into health and wellness, and maybe they have to spend long days at work. I spend 10 hours here. Sometimes getting a sauna session in isn't always something I can do that day. But what Sauna Space does is they make like a desktop version. It's like a singular light. It's incandescent near infrared lighting. And so it's super great for skin. It's great for circulation. It's great for inflammation. I think that you can get the benefits of this near infrared light in small doses too, by just simply getting something for your desk.
Do you leave it on while you have appointments?
No, because I look like I'm in a horror show with the red light behind me.
I think you should. If you're a patient and you're seeing Andrea, you should request it.
Yeah, you can.
Put on the light.
You can. I just wanted to do an honorable
I called her a
mention.
gecko when I walked in there. It's like she's like a little gecko, and like
she does look like a little baby chick.
Or Chicken Little. It's either gecko or Chicken Little. I go back and forth.
I can't with both of you, but yeah. So
It's fine. You know I will be using it when you're out of the office. So.
Yeah, we love that brand.
Yeah, we love them, and I just wanted to talk about different things. And
Brian,
then
shout out to Brian. He'll have to come on the podcast. I've known him for a long time.
The one thing I do want to point out too about yours, your last one with the contrast therapy.
Yeah.
If we as a society are okay with commercials that put a big giant red bow on a car and don't think that that's excessive, but then I just don't want to hear anybody about big wellness or any crap about this, talking about this Christmas present.
Yeah.
This contrast therapy is far less expensive and will be lifelong benefits. Yeah. So if you do have that and you do want to invest in that, don't come at me, because I know you're saying the same people that will put a giant bow in a car and call it a
for
Christmas present.
For all you sauna haters.
For all you wellness haters out there.
You know you're going to Disney World.
I know. I'm like, you're going on a cruise. You're fine.
You just got a virtual spank.
Slap ya.
I'm feeling a little spicy today, guys. I don't know.
Back to spicy.
Back to spicy.
The nightshades are up, and it's not me.
Is anyone getting acid reflux yet?
Okay, so what's this thing you want to ask me about?
I have a question.
Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier.
I'm a little offended. We might have forgiveness because I didn't get to go here.
Okay, next year.
But okay, I'm so curious, and I'm sure everybody else is, about your conversation that you had at where was
Eudaimonia.
that at? Eudaimonia, right? So, because I know that there was a whole, we wouldn't call it, I don't think you even called it a debate. It was a great conversation.
It's a panel.
And a panel.
Everyone around me was calling it a debate.
Wow.
Like everyone that I saw at the event, they're like, "Oh, when's your debate? When's your debate?"
Can we give them context? So,
Yeah,
Eudemonia is a event where there are multiple speakers, and they have like a floor where you can see vendors. It's a wellness.
Yeah,
it's a wellness event.
My friends Karina and Sean put it on.
It was by the way. Just shameless plug for Eudaimonia. Flawlessly done.
And
amazing.
It's only their
time.
second year.
Only their second year. Amazingly done.
That's so well done.
But what to Emily's point was that while you were there, you had multiple speaking things. You did a live podcast, you did a solo talk, but you did a panel with someone who has, in the public perception, has come against wellness the way that we do it. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Her name's Dr. Jessica Nurick. Jessica Nurick, she's an RD and public health expert. So I did a panel, and they asked me relatively recently, like there were other things planned, and then towards closer to the event,
you had your solo talk scheduled. Yeah. Then they asked if you wanted to do this panel.
And anybody that knows this, she's been very vocal in the space and the sort of MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, and then what I would say like the anti-MAHA health establishment, of which she's really the voice of in the space. And she's made videos about me personally and friends and colleagues of mine personally. In all like transparency, I had to block her because it wasn't good for my mental health and I told her this off stage. I said, look, I want to make these ideas about ideas and not about people. And I know people have gone back and made videos about her. I don't like that either.
Right.
No.
I don't like this sort of escalation of tribalism and sort of weaponizing this bully culture on social media. I hate it. And that is across the board. I don't like when people do it to her, and I don't like when she does it to people. So I got to tell her that. I said, can we just de-escalate this and make this about ideas? And she's like, well, I have to call out things that I disagree with. I said, that's fine. Just like make it about ideas. So anyways, look, here's the deal. These topics have never been political, or maybe a better way of saying this is that they've never been partisan.
Right.
Health has always been political, but a better way of saying it is it should be a human issue. It should be a bipartisan issue, and we should be championing, even if we don't agree with everything, let's celebrate the wins where we can get them, no matter if it's people on the other side of you. I don't even have a different side. As I told her, when Bernie Sanders talked about diabetes and the root causes, I was the first on social media celebrating him. When Cory Booker talks about ultra-processed foods, I'm celebrating him. When Michelle Obama had the garden and then had to switch because big food pushed her, which someone from Michelle Obama's
The Obama administration, someone on their team came up to us afterwards to thank Dr. Cole for his stance on this.
Yeah.
She said, I just want you to know that I was a part of Michelle Obama's push. She wanted to have a garden of growing whole foods in the White House. And Big Food came in and said, don't make it about food, make it about movement, make it about exercise. And I said that, and she came up afterwards and said that. So my point being is, like, I celebrated both sides. And I'm going to also be intellectually consistent and say, I love the things that Bobby Kennedy, who I've known for a long time in our space,
is doing.
Made his life's work about these issues, even if you don't agree with him on all the things. So then the argument was, okay, it's a part of an administration that maybe you don't agree with across the board. But my point, again, pragmatically, is can't we celebrate the wins no matter where they're coming from, and not be reflexively, I would say even malignantly contrarian, where it's because it's the wrong person. It's not the what, it's the who said it, and then your brain breaks because you can't handle someone that's different than you. And I like diversity of thought and ideas, even if they're from different types of people. So my point being, I know you guys can ask questions about this. This is sort of a behind the scenes of what happened down at the panel with Jessica. I never thought for 1 second I was going to change her mind.
No.
I didn't think I was going to win anything. There was no winning in my mind.
No.
What my motivation was is people can be keyboard warriors when there's no one in the room. But I wanted to bring a humanity to it and let her know I'm a real person. My friends and colleagues are real people.
Right.
And just maybe temper this down a little bit. Because if I'm getting death threats over artificial food dyes,
That's
a problem.
That's a problem.
It's a
So it's like you may not be advocating for this, but there's a lot of people with mental health issues on social media, and the algorithm rewards rage, and that's why her exponential growth has happened. Is in part is taking advantage to this tribalism,
right?
Which the algorithm and the systems that be really love it on both sides.
Yeah. I think too, what would be nice, because some of those questions that you guys talked about, you didn't get a ton of time to give as much clarity as you wanted to,
which you were never going to be able
right,
to. We
exactly,
knew that.
because you were having a conversation, right? So I think
in 50 minutes,
right.
it was never going to happen.
Yeah, I'd love to even kind of dive into some of those questions and just get your take on some of
let's
that.
go there. And these are the things that some of the things I did say, some of the things I didn't. Jeff Krasnow, I have to say, he's a good friend of mine. He moderated it. He did a brilliant job. I love Jeff Krasnow, and he's the one that really put that together.
Yeah, he did a great job. Anyway. And again, I think from both sides, from my perspective, I think you guys were both saying the same thing with a nuanced approach to it for the most part.
That's what, look, everybody in the text threads that I'm in, the group chats with everybody within the movement, they always say that. There's like, she's saying like 90% of what we say. Like, why is she coming out and making us the enemy? And that was another thing I got to tell her is like, you making, like the people you're coming against are some of the most high integrity people I know. So you making us the bad guys and not the systems that be is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate.
Well, let's refocus, because I'm sure she will have her opinions, but let's talk about yours.
And let me say this, but all of this is caveat on no one come against Jessica.
No.
Do not bully her.
No.
Do not terrorize her. Do not do anything.
That
we need to
not-
treat her with kindness. And I gave her a hug afterwards. I told her she was a great communicator.
People are allowed to have different opinions.
Yeah, I want nothing but the best. I want nothing but the best for her. And I hope that when she saw love and compassion and the human behind it, it's less of this other and more of like really true, like we can disagree, but without being disagreeable.
Yeah.
We can disagree, but not be the pillory, like in Middle Ages where people put their hands and their arms in and people threw tomatoes in.
Oh, yes.
That's what those dumb, destructive, erosive reaction videos that herself and other people do where you're mocking someone and they're not in the room. It's bully. It is bully behavior. And I think it's so, like, as a dad, I would never want my kids to see me tearing someone down on social media. It's an embarrassment to any professional to do that.
Yeah. So, and again, if you've done it, we've all been caught up in emotion. We've all done and said things we wish we could take back. Yeah. But moving forward, let's approach it with kindness. And so our first question, Dr. Cole, is what are the most prevalent reasons behind the epidemic of chronic disease in America?
Well, and I felt like I did get a chance to go here. It's really the epigenetic genetic mismatch. And I'm looking at it from a grassroots personal behavior standpoint, right? This is what I do with telehealth patients. And I made that very clear that I always thought it was kind of like apples and oranges in a way, because she's talking it from sort of a macro systems public health standpoint.
Sure.
And she kind of downplays in a way personal responsibility. And I think it's both and not either or. And she would probably agree with that too. And that's something that I did try to do throughout that entire conversation. And people said I did a decent job at it, is like when we agreed, pointing it out. Like, hey, I agree with the exact same thing. Like, let's point that out, that we agree with it. I think it's a both and thing. But anyways, to answer your question, it's just a mismatch between the foods we're eating or not eating, chronic stress, unresolved trauma, environmental toxins.
Yeah.
Our genetics haven't changed in thousands of years, but our world has changed a lot. Her perspective would be, maybe that's true. She would probably agree with that. But then there's also these systems that are at play, and I'm paraphrasing it. I want to have her on the podcast so she can kind of explain herself.
Yeah.
And that's a standing invitation to Jessica, is that there's systems that perpetuate this, which I would agree, right? There's people that have, the odds are stacked against them. No one's going to deny that. The solution is, do we just rearrange the deck chairs at the Titanic like we've been doing and saying, well, let's move these billions to these billions or spend more billions on this failing system? Or do we need to have a radical shift? Her perspective is, we just need more policy and more spending. We need more of the same. We just haven't had enough of the same. That's her position, more or less. Now, that's some people's position. That's just not mine. I think we need to have a paradigm shift. And the truth is oftentimes somewhere in the middle. So I know some of what she's saying, without a doubt, is true. maybe some things are underfunded. Okay,
right.
That's fair. But for the most part, we spend the most, as a nation, we spend more on any industrialized nation. Yet we have the most chronic disease and the shortest lifespan. So doing more, the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different result. And she says, well, that's not science. This is what she told me. That's not science. The science says, and we know what the root causes of disease, but it's the policies of that's not enacting the science. And I told her, I fundamentally disagree with that. When you look at hospital food, when you look at public school food, when you look at what the military is fed, when you look at what's used in prison and the outcomes that could be happening there if we start changing the foods that people are eating, that's all based on the dietary guidelines, which is based on the science that they're being done. And they've spent hundreds of billions of dollars in the NIH to fund these studies to prove that eat low fat and eat more grains, and this is the food pyramid, or now the My Plate of showing that these are the foods. And that also, the science is used to justify the subsidies for wheat, corn, and soy, which lowers the cost because it's manipulating the market. And she said, well, that's not based in science. The subsidies are based in profit, but they use science to substantiate that.
Yes.
We need this to feed the world, and these are heart-healthy grains. And that's why you can have 8 grams of, a whole grain, quote unquote, in cornflakes or Fruit Loops, and it's considered to fit the dietary guidelines in public schools. And she said, she agreed with me that, oh, well, that's not science, but it is the science. It's loopholes used
through that.
They're using science and loopholes.
So you need to use policy to close the loop.
Right.
Yes.
And that's,
but she agreed with that.
But that sounds like is part of like her solution is to just keep funding those same things. So what are the differences then? Because I know the next question was what are the primary solutions to addressing that? But it sounds like there would be some major differences there.
I think largely there's a lot of common threads we have. And that's what I kept trying to point out to the audience is that she wants to close these random loopholes for them to get ultra processed foods, and she's for the closing of the GRAS loophole, like the generally recognized as safe. You can fit in these sort of additives and emulsifiers and dyes in, and you don't have to show that it's safe. She's for all of that. Most of the stuff that Secretary Kennedy has on the table and wants to do, she is for, and that's what I tried to get her across, that whether it's enacted or in the process or that's on the table of what they want to do, she's actually for. And that's why she couldn't, she said on the record that she would support Secretary Kennedy, and she said she even wrote about it once, that she was for the fact that he was talking about closing the GRAS loophole that gets these additives in. I had never heard her, not that I was following, I had it blocked. No one has told me that she's ever said anything nice about Secretary Kennedy. I think there's a lot of ideas that she's actually for. The things that we have a difference on is that she thinks we should trust these institutions, and there's no reason to. She says we are eroding trust in the experts. Trust the experts. We're the experts. And I just think that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at, even if you're not in our space, look at the systems are deeply captured by corporate interest. And it's not something, they have a long history. The FDA, the NIH have a long history of censorship, of preferential treatment, of suppressing information. This is the science that she wants us to trust. I mean, there's an NIH researcher, his name was George Mann, decades ago. He looked at the Framingham study, which they used to say, they wanted to prove that fats were bad, to eat whole grains, and it all had to do with the subsidies of these big food, big food and big chem. They wanted to really push this. So he showed, look at the Framingham study, that George Mann showed there was no relationship between saturated fat and heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. He was at Vanderbilt University. He said it was like a wet blanket to his seniorities. And because it wasn't, his quote was, it wasn't the outcome they wanted. So they cut his funding and they wouldn't talk about it. Similarly, this guy named Ivan France, he was another NIH researcher within the system. He did a little study that's now famous, the Minnesota coronary study, and he self-censored. George Mann was censored by the system, and Ivan Franz was self-censored because he wanted to show the same thing, that eating fat, saturated fat specifically, increased disease. It showed the opposite. The lower the fat, the lower cholesterol, it increased these chronic diseases. It sat in his basement for years until one of his relatives, I think it was even after he passed away, or maybe not, but they finally published a study that showed the opposite of what they wanted to show. Inconvenient science, inconvenient to industries, inconvenient to multinational corporations. The NIH, the FDA have decades of a record and of behavior where if it was inconvenient, they would suppress it, they wouldn't talk about it, it wouldn't be a big deal. And Lord knows they were actually trying to fund things that showed the opposite, and just to prove a point of what they wanted to see. So that's the science she wants us to trust.
Right.
Where 70% of our studies are funded by big pharma, and she doesn't see the conflict of interest in that.
Do you think the Maha movement, the people that we've put into positions of power now, has solutions for this?
Absolutely. I mean, these are world-class doctors as well. Like Dr. Marty Makary at the FDA, he is in functional medicine. He wants this science without presupposition.
Yes.
Let's let the chips fall where they may and see what the science, truly unfettered, transparent science. So this idea that there's like censorship now, no, these are deep corrupt systems in my opinion, captured systems. That doesn't mean the employees are all corrupt. It just means there's so much conflicts of interest, deep decades of entrenchment, that when you untangle deep roots, the dirt's going to be flung around a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I know we have a little bit of time left, but I think Emily has another question that she wants to.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this because I think this kind of came up as well. So where have past administrations succeeded and failed in addressing this problem? Because I think that
you talked a
something
lot about some of them.
Right, yeah, you've already talked a little bit about some of them, but I'm interested because I know that kind of came up of like past administrations and
yeah, well, look, I don't like any like a intentional gotcha moment, but it's like at one point during the conversation, I turned to her and I said, Jessica, what if we know you don't like Secretary Kennedy? Since you're a public health expert and you know this so well of all the decades of public health experts.
We're supposed to trust the policies.
Yeah, and trust the experts. And I said, well, if you don't like him, who's your favorite HHS secretary in American history? And what policies do you think that was good? And then she
wasn't able to answer.
She got ruffled. It got awkward. I didn't mean it to be because I thought she would give an answer. Because I thought she'd say, no, I like him.
Well, because we're talking about policies. You were talking about things that you were like, what has been enacted?
She said, what's the relevance of that? And I said, well, the relevance is, who do you think Secretary Kennedy should be modeling after? Who do you think did a good success? Like, I know Jimmy Carter, HHS secretary, put warning labels on alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah.
I thought that's a great thing. It was before I wasn't even alive. But these type of, I could see people throughout history did some good things. Most of them were just perpetuating the same old tired, archaic, quote unquote, science that was convenient to industry, that pushed the same dogma, eat these foods that aren't nutrient dense, and take more medication and manage your disease and just be good customers.
Right, because I think it's important too that we're not just focusing on what we don't like about someone or something or a policy, but we should, as a people, right, as a nation, I think we really should also be focusing on, well, what do we want? What do we want to see? Like, and has anyone done that or brought that to the table yet? That's what I think we wanted to know. Like, is there even anyone who's met this standard yet that you're advocating for? And to me, if we don't know that, how can we actually find a resolution? And how can we actually fight for something? And that's important. And I'm not saying she doesn't, but if she didn't answer that right,
well, I think the way her position was, and I want, like, she's not here to speak for herself. So her position is, it doesn't matter because it's the system. And I think that's actually, there's a deep understanding to what she said. She couldn't mention an HHS secretary because it's monolithic.
Yeah.
It's monolithic. It doesn't matter who's in power. It's the same dang thing, whether it's Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter. It's the uniparty. It's the unisystem. So I think that's actually, her answer was actually quite telling.
Some valid. It's in
because
her
it
mind.
doesn't matter, because the machine will continue on no matter who's in the position until now.
And that's
Until
the
now.
point.
Yeah.
Is that when the pushback that I feel like we're getting is because we're enacting change. And that's a big deal. And nobody
and their position is, look, and I will give the flip side, and I didn't get a chance to say this, but I think it would be good, is that I abhor this role. And when Republicans were voted for the legal protection against herbicides and pesticides industries,
oh my gosh, I was so mad.
but everybody in the whole Maha movement was calling it out and saying this is BS. Or when they are rolling back PFA, forever chemical protections, or rolling back limitations and regulations on forever chemicals.
It's insanity. Stupid.
Again, we're going to call balls and strikes no matter where they come from.
100%.
And I think that we have more in common than not. And my hope is that, like at one point I said, Jessica, I think that you're Maha and you don't even know it. Because there's people within Maha that they don't agree on everything, but we can say, let's be a part of the conversation, not in the bleachers, like pointing our finger.
Right, because it's worth fighting for.
Yeah. And to her point, you do see things the same way as her.
Yeah,
in
what
some
she said
capacities.
to me was that I think you're public health and you don't know it. So, and I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm not a public health expert, but but people that it's intertwined with my work.
But you do care about the health of the public. So,
yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too, is that she said, well, there's not public health experts there, and there are. The administration can bring in what they want to have, but these sort of career public health experts, they have a snobbishness to them. Mm-hmm. They have sort of elitist, smug, arrogant aspect to them, that we're the experts, trust the experts. Where have we heard that before? And I think that's the sort of hurt feelings, in a way that I would put it, is this sort of repugnance of like, how dare they? Because we are the anointed ones.
Don't ask questions. Don't.
We are the anointed ones. We know what's best. We know what for you to do.
Yeah. You silly human.
And
why are you asking?
Public health historically has not meant health for the people.
No, it has not.
No.
So you can call yourself whatever you want to, but I think there needs to be a disruptor. And
cocaine was legal at one point in time, and you put in actual Coca-Cola. Science changes, life changes. We need to be open to having those conversations.
But disruptors has never been a thing in this system. So this is the first time in American history that there's been a disruptor. Otherwise, it's just been the same old, and we have to do something different to see something different. So that's mainly my point. But God bless her. I wish her best. She's a standing invitation to come on the podcast. And okay, so can we break down like what some of the key initiatives that Secretary Kennedy and HHS want to do?
Yeah,
and then can you see okay, that way you can see, am I for it? Am I against it? Is this really controversial or not? Because I think most of this is a human issue. It should be bipartisan.
Well, this speaks to what Maha can do.
Right.
Like we talked about. This is.
And let me be clear. Maha has to live beyond this current iteration.
Right.
And it preceded it. We've been doing this for 16 years. This is just stuff we've done, I'd say professionally we've done for 16 years, but many of us longer in our lives. So Maha really does transcend politics, right?
Right.
It really does. So I want to be clear on this. So let's talk about some of the top things. Number one is, I mentioned the grass loophole, shutting the grass loophole. That gets in all these additives. That is on the table of wanting to be done. Nutrition labels, which I didn't get to say in the panel. They're wanting to put all of these nutrition facts on the front of the boxes and cartons.
Yeah,
and
love that.
Please.
And that's something that Bernie Sanders had wanted for years. This is a Bernie Sanders initiative. He just,
a long time coming.
He just never got it done.
Yeah.
Can we be honest with you? That's what's so annoying, is most of these things, these politicians have been in power for decades. And what have they done from a health standpoint?
They've been in power longer than I've been alive, some of them, which is scary.
That's what's even crazier. It's like, okay, finally things are actually at least starting to be done versus just talking and talking and talking to get votes. So anyways, nutrition labels on the front of the box, more transparency from a nutrition label standpoint. Another thing we did get, it got a little bit hot, speaking of spicy, and on the panel is the SNAP reform.
Ooh,
both at a federal and a state level. The idea Like it was offensive to the idea of not
allowing soda pop.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't
Snap.
get your sugar.
So I mentioned Stanford studies showed that, and these are statistical modeling studies, which we did talk about the context of the studies, but a Stanford study showed that cutting out soda from SNAP food stamps decreased obesity in about 141,000, something like that, 171,000 kids, and it decreased and prevented type 2 diabetes in 250,000 adults by just taking out soda from SNAP. People that are on SNAP have double the rate of obesity versus the same eligible but non-participants in SNAP. And most of the people on SNAP or food stamps are on Medicare, Medicaid, and the majority of those people are on pharmaceuticals. So we are paying to feed chronic disease in people and then paying to manage their disease that we fed. And how this is, I mean, the idea that anyone could be against this. And we're not saying that people that are going through a tough time financially can't have soda. We're just saying this federal government or state shouldn't be paying
for it.
100%.
Yes.
You have free will as a human to go and do whatever you want. But if my tax dollars are helping to do that, which I'm fine with my money going to help people. That's what I would want it to be done with.
Right, but
however,
and empower them.
It should empower them. It should not be making them sicker.
Correct.
It should not be. That's not something I would condone if I was even going to go shopping for someone.
We're not forcing health things down their mouth either, right? You can still make your own decisions, but at the same time, we're not going to feed that.
Dr. Jessica's point was, I'll just give, since she's not here to defend herself, her point is they're going to buy it anyways. And statistics show they're going to buy it anyways.
So let them buy it with something else and not my money. I donate to a food bank regularly. I'm not dropping off soda pop. I'm not. I'm dropping off real foods.
Oh, and she goes back to like to the corruption of big industries and its conflict. Okay, I agree with all of that stuff. So if we take soda and junk food from SNAP, that's billions of dollars not going to these industries.
Exactly.
Isn't that something we should be celebrating?
We should all be celebrating. I don't even know why this is a conversation that soda should not be included. I want to say pop. I'm from the Western Pennsylvania, but soda for 90% of the United States. I do not understand why this is even debatable. Right. I literally do not understand it. If you take it out of SNAP, it's taken out of
what's even crazy is this is quote unquote public health is trying to die on this hill for these things.
But it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
Make it make sense.
And then, it makes me question like what is the funding and motivation behind this?
Well, there has to be because it just doesn't even make sense.
The people advocating for this, like, what do you really believe this that hard? I truly believe they do. So I think it's part training. Like if my education was her education, they're trained to not ask questions and to stay within the orthodoxy. And they'll 100%. I know RDs that have lost their license or threat to lose their license when they go against this orthodoxy.
But again, no one is saying soda is healthy. No one is saying that. So I don't understand. How is it going against anything? Because if you remove it from SNAP, you're removing it, like you said, from billions of dollars going in to these companies that we know are not advocating for anything on health.
It's about profits,
it's also being able to be redelegated into something else that could be more beneficial. I do not understand.
Well, because it's not about the people at that point.
Yeah.
Well, it's again, it's very clear you do not want to take money out of these big companies' hands. You don't.
Yeah, right. And then the other thing that is on the table for what the current HHS wants to do under Secretary Kennedy is, as at the time of recording, supposedly very soon, the new dietary guidelines, which I know some of the people that have been working on it behind the scenes of really wanting to focus more on whole foods, nutrient density, having like transparent conversation about whole foods and not this sort of general like whole grains, not demonizing healthy fats, looking at protein, looking at healthy fats, looking at fruits and vegetables, and having for the first time ever in a big way in the dietary guidelines, the DGA, a conversation around ultra processed foods.
I love it.
And getting people, and what does that do? That shifts hearts and minds. Hence the decades of people that thinking fat is bad.
Well, all those RDs can get new retraining.
Right.
Based off the new
that's why
guidelines.
this is so offensive.
Yeah.
This is offensive to an industry that has made billions of dollars and have been in power for decades, that have been espousing this evidence of limit your fats, be low fat, fear red meat, fear all this stuff, and have your heart healthy grains. It just happens to be subsidized by the American government, just a coincidence. And And now things are starting to shift around this. And it's like, wow, are you against this? I think that says more about you.
Yeah, it does not say anything about health, because if you're about, quote, the science, if you're about, quote, the people, we should be for this. How many times have all of us in our industry shifted? There's a new, better supplement. There's better sourcing. There's a better quality food. There's a new study that talks about labs. We are always willing to pivot, because the second you think you know everything, you're going to fail someone. And this tells me they care more about their ego than they do about failing someone.
They worship the approved sanctioned science.
But this is the approved new sanctioned science.
Well, that's why another thing that the HHS wants to do is more science in all of these things. More science. Not the science that is part of that is lucrative to industries, but science that could maybe even be inconvenient to industries.
Well, we've talked about this on this podcast multiple times, even from a cholesterol standpoint. How antiquated is that science about what doctors
They're still advocating for it.
But I think it's crazy.
But there have been over 80,000, about 76,000 people worth of randomized control trials funded by the NIH trying to prove that saturated fat was bad and low fat was good and high carbs was good, and they cannot prove it. No. It's not backed by science, but yet it was the short-term randomized control trials or the epidemiological study of between causation and correlation, and because whenever it was convenient to a narrative of industries to push these foods, then they would use it. Oh, look. This is our proof, and the reality is that's not. You could pull epidemiological studies that prove the opposite of that, but they're not picking those studies. So it's a new age of science that I'm excited about, of diversity of thought and having a robust conversation, and not this sort of monolithic. This is the one way, and then censoring and silencing people that aren't in that one way. So those are the main things. And I would say another thing. Beyond this, the dietary guidelines, the SNAP, the GRAS loopholes, these other loopholes that are there from a corporate standpoint, what I'm also excited about is when you have these conversations on a national level, it starts to shift the market, it starts to shift the hearts and minds, and we can have a new generation of people, hopefully, that are raised awareness and have an awakening of, oh, I heard this. And I talked to some corporate leaders at Walmart a few months ago. They talked about the average Walmart customer asking about increased label literacy, of asking questions about the ingredients in their food. That never would have happened if we didn't have this big conversation. How is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. And people just need to know the information. And that's where I think there's things that are being hidden. There's things that are not, like, we're not seeing the full research, right? And that's what needs to change. And I think that there's just people who are pissed that that's changing.
Yeah.
And everybody that's pissed is because they financially benefit from it.
Or they're so married to it from an orthodoxy standpoint.
Right, exactly.
It's like their religion. It is like their religion, and it's like, how dare you rattle that?
Right, because it's what they know.
It's all they know.
Yeah.
So I do have compassion, because it's like if you were I would use the word indoctrinated to a certain degree, and you cannot deviate from that narrow lens, then of course this is going to be uncomfortable, because this is all you know is like you are the leaders of health, and you dare not question the experts.
Yeah, and here at the end of the day, I also want to make it very clear, we do not care if you want to go eat at Taco Bell for every meal. I don't care if you want
a little bit.
Well,
yeah,
I personally would want more for you, but as this is the awesome thing. We live in a country where that's your free choice. That is your free will to go do whatever you want. You want to go do it? Go do it. You want to have a 32-ounce soda with every meal? Go ahead and do it. You have every right to treat your body any way you want to. However, you should be educated about the consequences of that.
There is a cost.
You should understand what this does. And our tax dollars should not be going towards making people sick. They should not. If anything, when you want to do better, you want to put that money towards something, it should be to the betterment of that person, not the detriment. And this is where the problem that we're running into.
Yeah. I think of all the things we talked about, it'd be hard to pick, but I would say the dietary guidelines, and I'm excited about that, because that can influence markets from a supply-demand standpoint and awareness in hearts and minds, but it also will shift or can shift the foods that public schools are using, because they're focusing on nutrient density and not just these loopholes and ultra processed foods. It's going to change hospitals, public schools, military, all of these areas that provide public food based on the dietary guidelines. So I'm excited about it. Super controversial, guys, I know. All right.
Yeah. I have one more thing before we wrap up. And I should have thrown this in when we were talking about the gift guide. Dr. Cole, you're going to be doing a 1-day, like, special day event at a resort.
Oh, yes.
And here in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so it's at this one of my favorite resorts in the entire world. And they've now become friends of mine. But I had to say, I grew up going there. In the 90s, I went there with my family. So I have fond memories of it. It's called Nemacolin Woodlands, and it's in, I think Farmington, Pennsylvania is the name, but it's near Falling Water, if you know Frank Lloyd Wright's famous home. It's in the beautiful Laurel Highlands in southwestern Pennsylvania, and I am doing an exclusive event there.
Yeah,
it's like an intimate event. It's a whole wellness.
I would say intimate is the word we would want to use.
Yeah,
and
limited spaces.
There's limited spaces. This is going to be the first weekend in February. So you're going to be speaking on February 7th, but the event itself will be happening February 6th through the 8th. Yeah. They can stay at this. There's a ton of wellness treatments there. You're going to be able to speak. It's going to be a beautiful event. And if you want to get your wife, your husband a gift, buy yourselves a weekend away. Make it wellness related. So I think that's amazing.
We'll have to put the show notes where to get.
100%. I'm going to put the link, everything for purchase, more detailed explanation of like what the weekend will hold, what you would be signing up for.
So anybody listening to the podcast that want to come for a wellness weekend in the mountains in February in Pennsylvania, it's going to be beautiful.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm
trying to get Emily and I
One of my favorite acupuncturists is on property there. And he is in New York, and I think he's in New York or New Jersey. He comes in every week for this. He's like a world-renowned acupuncturist. He's going to be there as well, Dr. Lin. Just great people.
So if you want to decompress after the holidays, you want to have space with you and maybe a loved one, or maybe just for yourself. Use it as a weekend away to recharge, refresh, get back in. It is stunning there, beautiful. Yeah, you could literally
people fly in private. I mean, it's like let's just say a higher end experience. It's just amazing. I mean, they do hospitality like none other. It's wild. They have a private tarmac for private jets to come in. I don't do that. I just drive in. But and you don't have to either. You just fly commercial into Pittsburgh and then drive out to Nemacolin Woodlands.
Yeah, I know a lot of family and friends that will do anniversary trips there, birthday weekends, skiing, like anybody that loves the snow, being outside. There's a lot of things to do outside of even the wellness portion of it. So I'm excited. Check out the show notes.
And if you're into reality TV, every Western Pennsylvania knows this, that The Bachelor was filmed there for a few seasons, I think, right, Sam?
Yeah.
You watched The Bachelor? Okay. It was like 3 seasons. Sam is on the patient experience team. She's off camera. So 3 seasons they filmed there. Okay. Anyways, it's beautiful there.
It's awesome. And then we'll have more information on it.
Yeah.
Sign up for our newsletter too, and you will get additional detailed information. So go to drwillcole.com and sign up for our newsletter.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.